as a Muslim, I mean, like, we believe as a Muslim. And when we say we believe, because some people say believe is based upon no proof. No, when we say we believe, mean we know for certainty. And I use this term, yeah? Believe in God is something which is natural. And Prophet Muhammad told us, there's a hadith, he said, I will say in Arabic, then translate it for you, yeah? He said, كل مولود يولد على الفطرة. Every newborn is born with a natural inclination. His family make him a Jew or a Christian or a fire worshipper. If you notice, Prophet Muhammad never said, oh, they will make him a Muslim. Because a Muslim means submit yourself to God, okay? There was a study, was carried out in Oxford University, yeah? So they spent like over 1.9 million for this study or project, yeah? So they took children from different parts of the world. And it took them 3 years. They came to the conclusion that if you leave children without any prior education, they will grow up to believe in God and there's a purpose. And I was speaking to this lady who became Muslim. She said she was brought up in atheist household. Atheist household, yeah? But she believed in God. She said when she was young, if she felt stressed or depressed, she would raise her hand to God. Understand? And also there is a logical proof, rational proof in the Quran. Allah said in the Quran, أَمْ خُلِقُوا مِنْ غَيْرِ شَيْءٍ أَمْ هُمُ الْخَالِقُونَ. Were they created by nothing? Were they created by nothing? Or did they create themselves? Yes? So this أَمْ خَلَقُوا السَّمَاوَاتِ أَمْ خَلَقُوا السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ بَلْ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. Or did they create the heavens and the earth? Surely they have no firm belief. So these verse Allah said, were they created by nothing? Or did they create themselves? Ask, go step by step. Were they created by nothing? Nothing is not even a thing. Nothing is not even a thing. They alone to create something, yes? Or did they create themselves? I mean, if we already exist, there's no need to create ourselves. And if we are non-existent, therefore we need something else to bring us into existence. You understand? Also in the Quran, Allah told us, إِنَّ فِي خَلْقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَاخْتِلَافِ اللَّيْلِ وَالنَّهَارِ. Within the creation of the skies and the earth and the alteration of the day and night, it is a science for people to understand it. Just looking at this universe, there's an order. So either this universe is a product of knowledge or non-knowledge. And no doubt it's a product of knowledge. Like, you have a nose next to your mouth. Before you eat, you smell food. You have eyebrows above your eyes. Why? Because the sweat contains salt. If it keeps going to your eye, it will damage it. So look, to protect it, yeah? Likewise, we have liquid in our eyes. In our eyes is different than the liquid in our ears. The liquid in our ears is thicker to protect us from anything going inside. The liquid in our eyes is thinner. Because if something goes in, cries it out. Like everything, there is, you know, Allah in the Quran, there's a chapter in the Quran called Al-Insan, chapter of human being. Allah said, هل أتى على الإنسان حين من الدهر لم يكن شيئا مذكورا إنا خلقنا الإنسان من نطفة أمشاج نبتليه فجعلناه سميعا بصيرا. Allah said, it's not a time for a man, for you and I, to think. Once upon a time I was not existent. Now I have hearing, sight, and everything. You know. So the example I always give about the phone, yeah. You and I and all of us here, we haven't seen the person who made the phone. It's called unseen. You haven't seen him. All right, but I don't have to. It's not conditional for me to see him to know this phone. Just looking at the menu, the structure, the options and so on, settings and so on, that I must have a creator. If I say to you this phone was created by a rock, would you accept that? No. But even though the rock has energy, all right? Okay. If I say to you this phone was made by a child that is 5 months old. No, even the child, he has some energy, some power, some real knowledge. Why? Because by looking at the product, and you think, no way. But if I say this phone was made by someone who has PhD, how to make a phone, then yeah, it makes sense. It's on a smaller scale. What about you and I? What about this beautiful creation? What do you think was said so far? Makes sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. How old is the Muslim faith?
Muslim faith is old, it's always been there. Because, for example, because many people have misunderstanding what is Islam. Islam means to be Arab, you know. Islam means to submit yourself to God. So if you go back to the Old Testament, are you familiar with the Old Testament and the Bible? Yeah? If you go back to the Old Testament, Judaism, Moses never said, my religion is Judaism. Moses, Abraham, Noah, all of them submit to God according to God's teaching. Yes? All of them submit to God according to God's teaching. And that is the meaning of Islam. Islam means al-istislamu lillah, bitawheed, to submit to Allah. and to surrender to Him and to free yourself. So Islam has been there. Allah said in the Quran, Inna deena inda Allahi Islam. The true religion with Allah is Islam. Allah mentioned that everything is a Muslim. Hang on, how everything is Muslim? Because you're not Muslim, the Christians are not. No, do you know what he means by that? Meaning that everything submit to Allah. If Allah wants it to rain, you cannot stop the rain. If Allah wants to take someone's life, you cannot stop it. So there's two types of Islam. There's universal Islam and there's a legislation Islam. Universal Islam means Allah to show us His power and authority, that everything submit to His law that He created. And so this one, you have no choice, you have to accept it. If Allah wants tomorrow to bring a tornado, you cannot change it, you have to accept it. So you don't get a reward for it. Except if you're a Muslim and you believe that Allah is doing it and for the sake of Allah. The legislation Islam is to submit to your Creator. You know? And I always give example of that. Imagine I said, and before I go to the example, what makes Israel stronger, what Islam is from God, Islam came to preserve 5 things. Alright? Which in Arabic we call it الضروريات الخمس. The 5 universal necessities. The 5 universal necessities. Islam came to preserve religion. The true religion. What does that mean? In Islam, paganism, atheism, polytheism is forbidden. That's why we're not even allowed to pray to any creature. Even the Prophet Muhammad, our messenger. No, we only allow you to pray to Allah directly. You see? So anything that sends us away from Islam, there is either a punishment for it or deterrent, warning, yes? The second one, Islam came to protect intellect. That's why alcohol and drugs is forbidden. Thirdly, Islam came to preserve wealth. That's why interest and gambling is forbidden. Fourthly, Islam came to preserve lineage, family, marriage, heritage. That's why adultery and fornication is forbidden. Lastly, Islam came to preserve life. That's why killing people unjustly, committing suicide is forbidden. These 5 things that Islam came to preserve, if we do preserve them, we will have a good society. Let me ask you, alcohol, is it good for us or bad for us?
Depends what you mean by good or bad.
Alcohol is harmful. Alcohol, there's a study came not long ago. There is a agreement among the scientists that even small amount of alcohol is harmful. Rather, in Britain, majority of crimes is being carried out by people that drink alcohol.
But if you and 2 friends go and have a beer, and you come up with an idea for a charity that helps millions of people, is that in a direct response from drinking alcohol? Is that bad?
I can give you some example. You know, this is similar to someone who took money from the rich person and he gave it to the poor person. So he said, when he was asked, he said, because this man is rich and he's poor, so I took money away from him. It's bad, but I give it to the poor person. It's good. No, we're not negating. You can get some benefits from it. We're not negating, but the harm overwhelm and overweight the good. You understand? And that is known. You understand? So, for example, when you get drunk, you feel happy, and but it's a fake happiness. The true happiness when you become a servant of your Creator and you understand Him. Yes. So alcohol is good. It's bad for us individually and collectively. You're wasting your money. You know, I'll tell you this story. Once I was on train, you know, and so this a Polish guy. He had alcohol with him or beer. Yeah. And I was smiling with him and I was joking with him. And he said to me, "You be drinking?" I said, "No, I don't drink." He said, "You must be smoking then." I said, "No, I don't smoke." I said, "What?" He said, "Why are you happy? Why are you always smiling? You keep smiling." I said, "I'm a Muslim. I don't know. I used to do this crazy stuff. May Allah forgive me. I never drank, but you know the other things." Anyway, so I said, "I pray to Allah." You know what happened? Deception. Look, Satan how he deceive us. You think, okay, I want to forget my problems, my stress, my depression. Let me drink alcohol. Then when you become sober, I'm feeling again depressed. So what are you doing? You're wasting your money. You're harming your body inside, and you're getting fake happiness. So alcohol it destroys us. Gambling is bad for us, individually and collectively. Likewise, interest make the rich richer, poor poorer. Understand? It's bad for us. Likewise, fornication, adultery, and all of this vice goes back to the most evil vice, which is we turn away from God. But there is no any doubt we're talking about benefit from it. The people that benefit from it, from these vices, those are in power. That's why majority of times those who are very hostile to Islam, either they are ignorant or those who are in power. Why? Because they make money from these vices, alcohol, fornication, gambling. So they look at Islam as a threat for their business. So what they do, they utilize their money to make Islam look bad, even though Islam is good for us individually and collectively.
Are they laws or are they?
There's a law, yeah. There's a law, yeah. We call it universal necessities.
Were they brought from Muhammad or did they come directly from Allah?
From Allah, of course, from Allah. You know, that's why when you analyze any legislation, for example, to show you if you don't follow God's teaching, you will contradict yourself. You can go to off license. The shopkeeper is selling alcohol. Alcohol, you get people drunk and they will do crimes. Yes? And it's harmful. And you can go. It does. Okay. It's known. Okay. It's known. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna show you. You go to the Home Office. Go to the Home Office website. Yeah, sister. You see, okay, you did. I just told him. There's like, for example, not every person that smokes drugs or take cocaine is gonna be evil. But it's harmful to your body, alcohol. No, but is alcohol harmful to your body? Okay, it's harmful. So, if it's harmful, don't eat it. That's why there's a principle. Yeah, that's the principle in Islam. In Islam, Prophet Muhammad said, "La." I don't, alhamdulillah. I don't drink sugar. Alhamdulillah. I'm sweet enough. I put my finger. No, I don't sugar. Alhamdulillah. I don't. Huh? Yeah, I try, but not too much. No, but you have to understand, sister. Look, everything, if you go extreme, will be harmful. No doubt about that. That's why Islam, it tells us, but alcohol scientifically is known, established. Please, someone go to online. Alcohol, even small amount, is harmful. It's known.
All of the crimes that are most committed.
So those 5 universal truths, would you consider them in the same way that a Christian would consider the 10 commandments?
No, we have 10 commandments as well.
Okay, it's different.
No, that's different. This one, when you preserve, even the other one, but this one, when you preserve society, like when you preserve people, protect people's honor, dignity, people's minds, people's economy, understand? For example, if you're in a time of need and you need the money, Islam doesn't teach me to utilize your hardship to manipulate you by putting you in interest, to make you slave to me. What I would do, I give you money, I borrow your money, then give it to me the way I gave it to you, or as a Muslim, I say, don't worry, I have it, because I believe in the reward of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Islam teaches us the brotherhood and the sisterhood, you understand? But what I would say to you also, I was going to mention about, before the I was going to mention about the shopkeeper. He will sell alcohol, and you have a drug dealer who will sell drugs, even though not every person who smokes drugs is going to do crime, but the police, the government will arrest him for selling drugs, and they will not arrest the shopkeeper who's selling drugs, who's selling alcohol. Why? Because alcohol has high taxes. You understand? They're making money from it. You understand? That's why when Prophet Muhammad came, he's known as when God legislates something, there's no evil desires. There's no bias. God wants good for you and for everyone. But if I want to legislate something, no doubt, I'm going to try to legislate something fit me and it suits me. Understand? So my question also, how a man that existed 1,400 years ago, who couldn't read and write, Prophet Muhammad, came with this perfect system of life. On the other hand, we have these politicians who studied in the best universities around the world. They cannot resolve the problems you are facing because that man is a messenger of God. So what I was showing you here, before that I gave you intellectual proof why there's a creator. Also I'm showing you, also there's tangible proof why there's a creator, because how a man that couldn't read and write is coming with this perfect way of life. Also the prophecies, we're talking about interest. Prophet Muhammad said, there will come a time, when interest will become widespread. Even if you are not involved directly, it will affect you. Let me remind you again, all of us, Prophet Muhammad existed 1,400 years ago, or longer, so his lifetime, interest was not widespread, you understand? So he looked at the word and he said, even if you are not involved directly, it will affect you. You know now, if you open a bank account, and you tell them, listen, I don't want interest, they say, yeah, it's fine. However, when your money comes in, they use it for interest. It will affect you. So how this man, who existed 1,400 years ago, he knew about something we can observe right now.
Why, what did people follow before?
Jesus, Moses, before that, all of the prophets as well. But the reason, but before that, how a man that existed 1,400 years ago knew about something we can see right now. How? Because he's from the Almighty. Because no one knows the future in details except the Almighty. And I'll give you another prophecy, to show you as a Muslims, we don't believe Islam is a truth because I had a dream. No, because we have a tangible proofs. Prophet Muhammad said, there will come a time when you see the barefoot Arab man, the Arabs, the barefoot Arab man competing in building tall buildings. Prophet Muhammad, when he was during his lifetime, the Arabs were not known to do that. Let me ask you, where is the tallest building in the world? Dubai. Dubai 50 years ago was a pure desert, let alone 1,400 years ago. And who's competing with them? Saudi. Another prophecy that Prophet Muhammad said, he said there will come a time when a man will not be sufficed with a woman, in intercourse. He goes to another man. When a woman will not suffice with a man, she will go to another woman. Look what's happening now with LGBTQ. In the Quran, Allah told us Satan will inspire people to change Allah's creation. People are born healthy, everything. Like example I give you. Imagine I said to you, I never catch your name. What's your name again? 2-1-away. 2-1-away. All right, yeah? 2-1-away, yeah? 2-1-away. Imagine I said to you, I believe I should have born armless. Even though you can see clearly I have an arm. But I think, I have a feeling inside me I should have no arm. Would you help me to cut off my arm?
No.
No, she's mentally well. How are people are born man everything because they feel something inside them, then we go help them. You see what I'm saying, bro? That's why when you have no God, we see in our societies around the world. Allah mentioned the Quran, وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكًا. Whoever turns away from my remembrance will have a miserable life. The example I was going to give you, Imam just said to you, look, brother, we've been having a beautiful conversation, a nice discussion. I'm a multi-millionaire. I will give you £2 million as a gift. If you do take it, what would you say to me at least? Would you thank me? Of course, £2 million, but you're going to go New Zealand, have a nice car, a nice house, a nice wife, you know. And you remember me all the time as well. No doubt you're going to remember me for that £2 million. I will give you £2 million on the condition, give me your 2 eyes. Would you do that? No, go. Your 2 eyes is more valuable than anything else. So why are we not grateful and remember who gave us eyes for free? You know, we have many blessings, but we don't appreciate it. While we're speaking, me and you, we are benefiting from God's oxygen that God created. If we go to hospital, they will charge us, but you're getting it for free. And no doubt, all of us, like I said, naturally, you want to be grateful to the one who gave you something. But how we do it? If you want to buy a gift for your mother, would you buy a gift that you love or your mother love? Likewise, if you want to worship the Creator and be grateful to Him, we should do it the way He loves, not the way we love. Because the way He loves is objective. The way we love is subjective. That's why, based upon His wisdom, mercy, He sent the prophets and messengers to teach us about our life. And that one day we're going to die. We're going to live this life. What do you think what I said so far? Makes sense?
Makes sense. Interesting. Why? How do you know you're right and other religions are wrong?
I'll just show you the proofs. Like when you look at Islam, it goes in. When God, you know, God is so powerful. When God creates us, He creates us with the tools to recognize the truth that He's going to send down. For example, imagine there's a padlock. Yes? And everyone here claim we made the padlock. He's going to say he made the padlock. She's going to say, I'm going to say. Now, in order for you to know who made the padlock, we're going to give you the keys. The key that is going to open the padlock is the key. The owner of that key is the one who made the padlock. The other ones are lying. So when you look to our universal tools that the Creator has given us, our sound reasoning, our natural inclination, Islam goes in line with it.
Were you born Muslim?
I was born Muslim, but I was not practicing. I had a crazy lifestyle before. You know, literally my lifestyle was crazy. But I don't believe me utilizing my personal life is a proof Islam is the truth. That's for me. If you notice, I never used it. I mean, we're talking about drugs. I was involved in crazy drugs, yes? And it was a time when I used to get sober, I used to believe I was high. It became the other way around. Wallahi, I used to get high. I said, no, I don't feel normal. I need to do something else. But alhamdulillah, something happened to me. I went to prison. And Allah said in the Quran, عَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُوا شَيْئًا وَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ. Perhaps you hate something which is good for you. When I'm in prison, I don't understand why I'm in prison. I'm praying to Allah. Why they don't let me out? You understand? What happened? I done a year. I came out. When I come out, I understand the wisdom of me going to prison. Because I couldn't stop my crazy lifestyle except by way of going through hardship. That's why there's many hardship which contains blessings.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. What would you say to someone who was born in a Christian household or a Hindu household who has the same conviction that you do with their faith?
What I would say to you, look, any religion other than Islam, deep down, not because I'm Muslim I'm saying that, deep down they know it's not the truth. For example, that's why I said to you, one of the proofs that God created us with is our natural inclination and sound reasoning. Are you telling me with our sound reasoning, I believe God became a baby and someone changed his nappy and a woman breastfed him, and that God, he couldn't even help himself, but he's going to help me? I don't need scripture to tell me that doesn't make any sense. Or the Old Testament is a tribal God. It's only for the Jewish people. No, God is God of everyone. You understand? That's why when you speak to Christians, they will never give you the proofs I'm giving you, the prophecies. You know, there's another miracle of the Quran. I never mentioned that. One of the miracles of the Quran, Allah mentioned the Quran, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّنَّا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. We have made Quran easy to be memorized. That is a claim, correct? But you know what is beauty of Islam? When Allah makes claim, He backs it up. All right? Now Allah mentioned that He will make it easy for the people to memorize. In another verse, Allah said, "Inna nahnu nazzalna dhikra wa inna lahu lahafidun." We send down the Quran or the revelation, and we will preserve it. Yes. So the claim will be easy to memorize, and we will preserve it. Now, if you go to Africa, Europe, Britain, America, Asia, Muslims at the age of 9 and 10 and 7 memorize the Quran word for word, letter for letter. Yes, even 4. 2. The Algerian, no, the youngest one 3. That's Algerian. Yeah, 2. Word for word, letter for letter. What is very amazing about it, yeah? Some of them they don't even speak the Arabic language. And when they read the Quran, they read it perfectly. Imagine all of us here, we memorize a book in Chinese. We memorize a book in Chinese. But guess what? None of us speaks Chinese. No. How? Sometimes, maybe even if we do speak Chinese, we make mistakes. But when we read out the book in Chinese, we make no mistakes. The Quran, even those who speak Arabic or not Arabs, they will make mistakes in grammar, pronunciation. But when they recite the Quran, they recite it perfectly. Also, if the Jewish people, the Christians, the Muslims, all of them decide to burn their scriptures, say, you know what, we don't need the scripture with us, the only scripture will remain with us is the Quran, because it is in our hearts. The Muslim children, not the scholars, our scholars memorize it too. The Muslim children kind of bring it back into the written form. You understand? That's not the miracle. You know, because the most wise God, He will never leave us with a corrupt book. You understand? He will give us a guideline. Everything has a guideline. What about you? What is your guideline? Our guideline comes from the Creator. You understand? And also about Islam, if someone was a Christian and he never heard about Islam and he dies, Allah will never punish him straight away. Because Allah is the most just. He never heard about Islam. Allah will test him on the day of resurrection. Allah said, وَمَا كُنَّا مُعَذِّبِينَ حَتَّى نَبْعَثَ رَسُولًا. Allah will never punish people until the proof has been clarified to them. You understand, bro? You know, there's a verse in the Quran, it's so powerful. It's in Surah Yusuf. Allah said, how many signs of Allah, they walk past by it day and night, the meaning of it, and they don't recognize it.
وكأي من
آية في السماوات والأرض يمرون عليها وهم عنها معرضون. How many signs in the heaven and on the earth that people walk past but they are heedless. Today, what is it? Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday. Have you ever heard someone say, you know, the sun hasn't come for 2 days, we have to bring the sun back, or we need to fix the sun, we need some screwdriver for the sun, we need everything human create. Always we need to update and fix it. The sun and the moon. You know, look, the trees, everything. Subhanallah. The science. You know, there's a man came to our Muslim scholar who was an atheist. He said, if God exists, when is a miracle? He said, you're asking for a miracle, but your own eyes is a miracle. Your eyes, your eyes, how complicated. You know the cameras is based upon our eyes, and our eyes so complicated, designed. Allah said, أَفَلَا يَعْقِلُونَ. Don't you not think? Don't you not reflect? Allah said in the Quran, وَفِي الْأَرْضِ آيَاتٌ لِلْمُوقِنِينَ وَفِي أَنفُسِكُمْ أَفَلَا تَعْقِلُونَ. Upon the earth, there's many signs indicate toward the Creator that should be worshipped alone, and within yourselves. You have a hand, you have eyes in the front, but at the back, you walk like this. Everything, subhanallah. You know, there is a brother who studies about biology. He said that the teacher was an atheist. So I said, oh teacher, you always tell us, look how amazing human beings are. And you believe there's no creator behind that? It doesn't make any sense, man. You understand? You have any questions?
Nah, appreciate you.
Thank you very much. So what I would say to you, brother, I would advise you that don't take this information, reflect upon it, You understand? And look how deep it is. Look how Islam. Look how, and like I said to you, I never told you believe in Islam is the truth because I had a dream. What I said to you, I gave you a tangible, a logical, rational proof that Islam is the truth. You understand? And you said it makes sense, clear. What we say to you, when you go back home, you do more research, you know, and inshallah, I can give you like this our channel, by the way, if you want to watch it. This our channel. That's Dawah, yeah. Do you have Instagram?
No.
Okay.
YouTube, yeah.
This is our channel, YouTube. You can take the... That's Dawah.
That's Dawah.
Yeah, that's Dawah. You can watch other videos, inshallah. This is the Arabic one, so.
Okay.
But that's Dawah, yes. That's Dawah.
yeah, cool.
And this here, just remember it. You can watch the video again and think about it, because what I will say to you, brother, there's someone is coming after us. And that can be any time, which is death. And Allah said that, أَفَحَسِبْتُمْ أَنَّمَا خَلَقْنَاكُمْ عَبَثًا. Do you think we create without any purpose? وَأَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْنَا لَا تُرْجَعُونَ. That to us you will return. فَتَعَالَى اللَّهُ الْمَلِكُ الْحَقِّ. Far away Allah from His imperfection. Because that's, when you believe this creation was created without a purpose, you attribute imperfection to the Most High. So we'll go through it again and think about it. Like I said, you know, God created paradise based upon His mercy. Created the hellfire based upon His anger and mighty. But He gave you free will to choose.
Cool.
All right, brother.
Cheers,
It was nice talking to you. Look after
Cheers, guys.
yourself. Take care. Yeah, have a nice day.